Oh, good morning. This is Wayne on the walk. It is Monday, July 13th. As you can see, Hank and Naylor are on their walk this morning. It's around 10 a.m. It's a cloudy day after a mainly cloudy day yesterday. So that was expected. And there was some showers during the afternoon and evening. Not a lot of rain, but has a little bit of a cooler feel out this morning. Not quite as humid as yesterday. So a little bit of dry air coming in from the north will make it a comfortable or more comfortable day today and linger tomorrow before hot weather comes for the Wednesday to the weekend time frame. Highs in the 90s coming back, and the humidity will too. So, in typical summertime fashion. But I was looking back at some climate over the weekend, and I noticed a local observing site, Richmond, Virginia, has 1 day remaining of record high temperature that doesn't hit 100 degrees or better or higher in July. I think it's July 18th, I think. And that would be, today is the 13th. That would be Saturday. Doesn't look like it has a chance on Saturday. If it takes a run at 100, it'll probably be Thursday or Friday. But that's an interesting thing. Over the years, we've plucked away at that 100-degree mark for every day in July. And we have 1 day left. But it always seems to miss that day. So, but that someday it'll get to that 1 day and make them all 100 or above. I forget how many there were when I first got here over 30 years ago. And we've dwindled it down to 1. So, but maybe a shot. I doubt it, but maybe a shot Thursday or Friday. So, but yeah, like I said, it feels a little cooler, little, I'd say, minuscule. Yesterday you could really tell the humidity. Today it's kind of not as bad. And there's a little bit of a breeze outside of the trees here. I'm suspecting when I get up here, it'll be a little bit of a breeze blowing. And that'll be out of the north. So we await for the return of summer. Both the Phillies and Orioles closed out their first half of the season with wins yesterday. So that's a good thing. The All-Star break is today through, I think, Thursday. I don't think they play any games till Friday, but the All-Star festivities begin today. I know the home run derby is tonight. And the game is tomorrow. Yep, like I expected. There's a little bit of a breeze up here. See, I live where the trees block some of that wind unless it's really blowing. And there it is. Feels nice. Nice and a drier wind today. So, but it is kind of wet. So I really don't have to do anything outside today. So I don't know what I'll get into. I'm expecting an electrician in the next hour or so to come and look at one or two of the projects that I have in mind. So, but that's one thing I wish, if I could go back to my school years or teenage years in high school, I would have taken up a trade or done more of that kind of thing with either woodworking or electrician or something like that to learn and be able to do those things. I've learned some woodworking and building and stuff through building and doing projects and working as a teenager. But it would have been nice to know a few more things from back then. But you had what we called the heads and the jocks, and I was more of the jock type person, and you didn't go to the metal shop or the wood shop or things like that. And they certainly, there wasn't much mechanism, to do kind of stuff like that. I know when my sons went to school, they had a school that specialized in electrician or these trades, and that would have been nice to have if I was. What are you doing? So I do rely on other people, and I have contacts for plumbing, electrical work, and air conditioning. My neighbor's a good person to throw out ideas to for woodworking and finishing, furniture and stuff. And my sons have learned quite a bit at auto mechanics. I've had 3 of them work at a gas station, full service gas station, over the years, and they've taken upon themselves to learn a lot about automobiles, and that's been nice too. When I was working, I'd just say, I need this done, or something's wrong with the car, and they would look at it or take care of it. Still one left that still works there, so that's kind of nice to have when you need tires or a battery or know a mechanic that can diagnose problems instead of running to the car dealership, which is a ripoff. Half the time they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they take advantage of women, especially if they go in. So a lot of times I would handle that kind of stuff. And I'd always tell people at work that don't let your wives take the car to the auto dealer. Deal with auto issues yourself. So that may be too much of a generalization, but that's what I've always found, that they try to take advantage of that situation. So it's been nice to have that kind of stuff, and colleagues and acquaintances that I can call and rely upon if I need advice or need something fixed or something like that I can't do. I will not touch electrical work at all. I'm not an electrician, don't pretend to be one, so you won't see me doing it. My one son, was in the military and knows some things about electrical work and air conditioning and things like that, so I rely on his advice sometimes. So, but anyway, enough of that. So I don't know what I'll get into after that. I don't know what the plan will be when they get here. I have a couple things in mind that I've been looking at, so we'll see what the person has to say about it and what can be done. But yeah, it's middle of the summer, doldrums. I don't know when I'll start the next of my projects. I've got a fireplace that I've got to remodel around it at some point. I got to get to that. I may redo the living room, at least as far as painting that after I get done with that project. And I have an old piece of furniture, or a piece of furniture that I'd like to convert. It's one of these big TV cabinets from the old, I shouldn't say old days, from years ago, where you'd put the big heavy TV in, and that's where the TV would go. Well, right now there's not much use for it because TVs are widescreen now. They're bigger than what you can put in it. It's basically just sitting there with stuff in it. And I'd like to convert it into at least the bottom part of it, floor cabinet. Put a nice top on it. And that way it can be easily moved around and it can still be storage, but it's not as bulky as it is now. It's really a heavy thing. I found some instructions on the internet on how to do the job. It's just working around trying to get, first of all, it needs to be moved, and it's going to take 3 people at least, and I can't move it myself. So I have to find a time when my sons are around, or at least to help me to move it somehow. And then I have to work on it. So one of these days that'll get to it, but it's just too hot in the garage to do it. I remember doing the deck last summer. I enjoyed doing it, but it was hard work in the summer. And so I haven't really done much. I've done some, like I said, I've done yard work and trimming and things like that. But we've been busy quite a bit. Grandchildren, I think, are coming over again today at some point, but I'm not sure when. And we'll see what we could do with that. And of course, I'll have to find time to work out later today. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else going on other than these hounds here who get their walk, and then we go back and Naylor will get his run, and that'll be it for them today, because they'll just find their own things to do and lay around. Right, Hank? You ready to go home? Come on. I don't think there's anything else. Really, like I said, there's nothing in the sports department. There's nothing. I didn't really do anything else. I looked through some old pictures. Cleaning out my mom's place when we put her in an assisted place. I knew there were old movies, but I didn't know the volume of them, and I didn't know the projector was there, and the projector still works after almost 50 years. So I showed the grandkids yesterday a few of my childhood movies of my brother and I ice skating and a couple birthdays and things like that. So that was kind of cool. But I'm shocked that the projector actually works after all these years. I can't remember the last time it was ever taken out of the closet at home. So, but I have tons of movies, probably the late 60s to the early 70s, going to the beach or things like parties and family outings and things like that. So the interesting one was the ice skating one. That was back in 1970, I believe. And watching my brother and I ice skate with my mom and falling and stuff like that. I was never the most coordinated child, so it was kind of fun to watch. My grandkids got a kick out of that. So they couldn't believe, oh, you can ice skate and stuff? Well, yeah, back in the day, we did have cold weather in the wintertime that was enough to allow people to go ice skating. It's not so much now. But yes, that was not that uncommon when I was growing up in Pennsylvania. So, but other than that, I think it's time to take these dogs in, get Naylor's run in, and go on with the day. So I will talk to you later. Have a good day, and be safe.